tayo rin.
Mashallah. Mashallah.
Hindi pwede tayo lang, ako lang. Lahat yan.
Alam na alam mo ng aming email address dito, islamradio@yahoo.com. Kaya pwede kang, kung ano ang mga balita doon, sister, na makahalap mo, just send it to Women in Islam dito sa Pilipinas. Para naman nabibigyan namin ng kaunting impormasyon ng ating mga kapatid, mga Muslim brothers and sisters, kung ano ang mga pangyayari doon, lalo na sa Madina. Okay.
Well, can I say something about it?
Yes? Okay.
Kasi it's well known na in Medina is supposed to be a holy place.
Yes.
Pero compared to Riyadh, Dammam, doon hindi holy place. Jeddah. Yung pag Muslim doon, pag-embrace ng Islam doon. Kaya talaga, totoong nag-Islam. Pero in Medina, many of them embrace Islam because of work. Mas bawal doon ang hindi Muslim.
So may mga pumupunta doong mga overseas Filipino workers na kaya lang sila nag-embrace ng Islam.
For the sake of,
yes, for the sake.
Nakikama na Muslim.
Okay. Pero ang dapat na lang natin sigurong hilingin sa Allah at ipanalangin na yung mga nagsyahada na yun at tumanggap na ng Islam teachings, be guided na lang. Tama, Sister Shaida. Dapat i-guide na lang sila. At kung sino man, mga kaibigan mo, na gano'n ang naging intention in the beginning, ikaw, dahil ikaw talagang puspusan ang pag-embrace mo sa Islam, ikaw na lang ang kanilang magiging kakuhaan.
Actually, sister, yung center doon, they are doing something to educate them more.
Okay, good.
Pupunta yung mga doon, kasama yung Filipino, saka yung misis niya na Pilipina, at saka yung sheikh doon. Pupunta sila sa mga shop. With the permission of the employer, of course, na certain day, certain time, magdadawa, mag-lecture.
Good.
So, in that way, sa lahat ng mga balik Islam na bago, whether you embrace Islam by your heart or not, they do this. So, pahala na lang yun, nasa tao na lang yun talaga.
Tama. Nasa tao na lang.
So, in the end naman, by just being patient, na pagturo sa kanila, ang iba naman, nakukuha rin. So, in that way, doon nila inaano yung mga balik Islam.
Good. Mashallah. Sana nga maging matagumpay ang layunin yan ng Saudi Arabia para sa mga yumakap sa Islam na mga naging kapatid na rin natin. At sana sa puso nila, tanggapin nila ang katotohanan. Islam is the way of life at ito ang katotohanan. Ngayon, maraming salamat sa iyo, Sister Shara. At isang karangalan namin na ikaw ay maging bisita sa gabing ito. At ganon din si Sister Hana Lapitan. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Sister. At ikinasisiya talaga namin ang inyong pagdating. Meron po kami ditong portion na ito'y another interview. At isa po sa aming mga kasama rito, si Sister Fatima, ay siya naman po ang i-interviewin ni Sister Shaida sapagkat si Sister Aisha. I'm sorry, but Sister Aisha, tapos na pala Sister Fatima. Hindi ba? Sister Fatima muna nga, nauna, and then Sister Shaida, and then ako ang isinalang sa interview. At ngayon ay Sister Aisha, to be interviewed by Sister Shaida. Assalamualaikum, Sister Aisha.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, Sister Aisha, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah, may Allah make this segment in this program be a guide, especially for those like you who is already born Muslim, to a family that are already Muslims now. So, Sister, I just want to know, or rather, just tell us something about yourself initially.
I am born into Islam with a Muslim father, and my mother, convert siya to Islam.
So, reverted to Islam?
Yes, she's a revert to Islam. So, I have been born into the religion, and so is, dalawa lang kami magkapatid, so is my brother, who was also born into Islam.
So, Sister, ano ang kagandahan about growing up And a Muslim family na?
Oh, yes. I would say that growing up in a Muslim community, in a Muslim society, I do not experience yung tinatawag nilang multi-religious families, you know, that kind of confusion. Wala na, kasi as soon as we were born, we were already Muslims. First orientation namin, Islam kaagad.
MashaAllah.
So, we didn't have to look through other religions. I was aware though, as I grew up a little more, I was aware that, convert pala si Mama. Iglesia ni Cristo pala si Mama. May mga relatives pala akong Catholic. But, mas malakas ang influensya ng Islam sa family. So, I did not have that confusion.
Okay. So, paano kasi pinalaki ng iyong parents? In that kind of atmosphere, no?
Okay. I was brought up by my parents kasi since I was already born into the religion, I was raised according to a conservative and a strict Muslim household. Kasi very influential yung father ko eh. Siya yung stricto sa pamilya. He implemented prayer hours, adhere to that. I was already fasting at age 10 pa lang eh. Yes, I was already fasting. Although hindi pa naman kompleto, but he really emphasized on that. And then when I was 11 years old, I was told to wear the hijab na. So basically, yun, prayer time, wearing the hijab, I had to enroll in madrasa. Yes. Aside from being enrolled in madrasa, I went through the traditional type, you know, someone comes into the house, tutor, upo ka sa floor, may unan, andun yung, yung parang mini Quran mo. So, I was taught that way. So, my weekends was spent in madrasa, school time in school. And then, I was also in a school wherein the majority naman, puro Muslim din yung mga classmates ko, and the majority din of teachers are also Muslim. So, I was surrounded by a very Islamic society. So,
okay. So, mashallah, so masasabi kong you are one of the blessed Muslima who na lumaki sa ganung palakad, no? Kasi marami tayong naririnig at nalalaman na especially in the South, no?
Yes.
Di ba may mga tradition kayo na naaangkop din sa inyong tribe?
Yes.
So, how does this tradition or cultural tradition affect your family to Islam?
Okay.
Kasi di ba ibang Islamic tradition so paano ito ninggal?
Okay. On a note, I would like the listeners to know that I was raised in Zamboanga City.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was in Zamboanga City, ang daming mga tribes doon. For those who are curious, I'm just saying, just for the sake of curiosity, I grew up in a house, in a family, more like a compound actually. I had grandfather who was a Huluano, so Tausug siya, and I had a grandmother who came from the other south part, I think Tawi-Tawi. So I was Tausug, Samal. However, dear listeners, gusto ko lang po i-emphasize that is just to feed your curiosity. What I would like to emphasize here is that as far as cultural tradition affected the way I was raised in Islam, hindi po siya importante. Never po parang inimpress sa amin magkapatid na eto Huluano tayo, eto Samal tayo, eto actually no. Because where I live, everybody was Muslim. Ganun lang po yun kasimple. All your neighbors are Muslim. Classmates are Muslim. Andiyan yung madrasa, Muslim mga classmate mo. Yes, they speak Tausug. Yes, they speak Maranao, or they speak some other languages. Doesn't matter. Some speak English. My first language po is English. So, where can we find the, wala akong tribalism doon. I'll tell you right now, my first language was English. And then I learned how to speak Tagalog. Tagalog, which is a general language in our country. So, never po naging problema sa amin yung parang tribo-tribo tayo. We were just all Muslims.
So, you speak about being brought up in English, no? Sa
Yes.
So, have you had a chance na mapag-aralan ng Arabic?
Yes, like I said, when the first part of our interview, yes, I had experience learning